So now look, Konami has a lot of major franchises. I'm looking at one right behind your head right now. Castlevania. That joint is classic. But along with Castlevania, you already know what it is. You got Silent Hill out there. There's a lot of games. I even like the soccer game that y'all have, even though y'all compete directly with FIFA. But y'all got franchises, IPs. Y'all have a lot.
Yeah.
With the with the next generation coming up, let's just keep it real. You know, there was a huge resurgence of fans going crazy over the potential of Silent Hill coming back in a big way, not just the Dead by Daylight way, but a big way in its own right. Like, how realistic is it that we'll get these great franchises that Konami is known for? How realistic are we going to get these back in the next generation?
You know, and I know you have to ask the question. Uh, I would say that Konami as a company has been committed to console gaming and our IP for a very, very long time, for 50 years at this point. So it's a question that we have to ask ourselves all the time. And specific IP, I can't make a comment about. I mean, it's just not a thing that I'm going to be able to comment on. But in general, I will say there are passionate people who understand both the fans and what they're asking for, and our history as a company, and none of our IP, even none of them, not the Hudson, not the Konami, none of those IP have been forgotten or put aside. And I think that people just need to understand that no game, no IP that isn't being active, that doesn't mean it's gone. It's just not active. And that's not the same thing as forgotten. It's just everything, especially with you were saying how beautiful and wonderful these games are, games I grew up with personally. Castlevania 3 behind me, that beautiful black poster that Mondo
Yeah,
gave us.
man.
Yeah, it's that those are the games that made me inspired when I was a kid, and then I worked at Konami. No one has forgotten those. None of that is gone. How we treat them, how they go forward, those are the kind of discussions that happen all the time. As for next gen, it's a super groundbreaking, changing point. It always is in the industry, and very smart people, smarter than me, are having those discussions, and we'll always be having those discussions. And so, in that respect, I trust the people in charge to make the right choices for our IPs and to think about what the fans want and try to push our IPs in a positive way going forward. And again, it's cliche, but it's true, making your voices known. And I'm not, positive feedback, negative feedback, neutral feedback, it all goes into the same sort of bucket.
Right.
We read it, we pay attention to it. Making your voices known, social media, gaming, etc. It goes back to what I was saying about TMNT. That reminds everyone of how passionate people are, and that's what you guys can do. And then on our end, again, we respect the IP and we'll do our very best to represent the fans on the inside and showcase your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions to the people making decisions. And that's all we can do on our side from the brand side is just tell the story of look how passionate the fans are. So we use you guys to represent your points of views in the meetings and in the boardrooms for all the games, for all the IP, everything from Bloody Roar to Suikoden to Silent Hill, all the titles that you mentioned, Castlevania. It doesn't matter, right?